Morning, Coach. We'll get started here
Morning.
with Rob and then Bo.
Morning, Doug. Can you update us on Zach Ertz, his availability for Monday, and how he's been this week?
Yeah, it's been good to have Zach out on the practice field. However, we're still a little cautious with him. I don't think we'll get through today, but I don't think he'll be able to make this game. I'm hoping that next week he'll be available.
Go ahead, Bo, and then Dave.
Doug, can you confirm the report that Jason Peters is moving to right guard and Jordan Mailata will be your left tackle?
Yes.
And what changed since you told us on Monday that Peters was your left tackle moving forward?
Lane Johnson. With obviously the news with Lane Johnson, we and in some of the conversations that obviously you guys don't have privy information to, or maybe you do. I don't know, but. Earlier in the week, these conversations led us to make these decisions. And I'm excited for JP. He's excited. A great opportunity for him. Listen, he's obviously a tremendous player, tremendous Eagle, and moving back to right guard. Mailata has really he's played well. He's been consistent. He played good the other day. And so he gets another opportunity. Really not an opportunity, but another a start at left tackle. Isaac Kelsey and of course Matt Pryor there in Lane's spot.
Go ahead, Dave, and then Zach.
Doug, I just wanted to follow up on Zach Ertz. It seemed like you were kind of hopeful earlier in the week that he'd be able to play. Was there any kind of setback, or is it just taking a little longer?
No setback. I was optimistic, and you just get through a week of practice and really just feeling Zach out too a little bit, And there's no setback. There's no nothing. Just the fact that he probably won't be ready.
Go ahead, Zach, and then Les.
Doug, what have you seen from Carson Wentz in practice this week, and is there anything particular that has stood out?
I've seen great leadership, great poise. Obviously, he works extremely hard. Working with the young guys after practice. Things that he's done all season, he knows, just like I know, that things aren't going the way we had hoped for, and he and I are in this together, and we're going to get this thing turned around and fixed, and I've got a lot of confidence in him that he'll get it done, and got confidence in myself that I can get it done, and he's had a really good week of practice.
Les, and then Jeff.
Hey, Doug, on Lane Johnson, did you think you'd get to this situation with him? Do you think things could have been done better early in the season, maybe held him out longer, something like that? What do you make of where you are right now with him?
I don't think we would have done anything differently with Lane Johnson, quite honestly. This guy, he's battled through a lot of different things this season. He's a tough kid, and this is just a situation that sort of the wear and tear on his body, honestly, that has led us to this point. And so we'll get him fixed and get him ready for for the offseason.
Do you think he'll be the same player again next season?
I'm hopeful. I'm hoping Brandon Brooks is the same person too when he comes back, So I'm optimistic. These guys work hard. Our training staff does a great job. Our medical team, our doctors, strength conditioning staff to get these guys back healthy. And Lane will be one of those guys.
Thank you,
Jeff, and then Kristen.
Doug, did Jalen Hurts get more reps with the first team offense this week? And are you more open to the possibility of giving him a series or two on offense?
As far as the plays and the snaps, I mean, he hasn't gotten any more than he would get throughout the course of the week normally since we've been playing him, and I'm not going to reveal any game plans with him at this time.
Kristen, and then Marcus.
Hey, Doug, now that this is going to be the 10th different iteration of this offensive line in 11 weeks, it feels like at this point, how do you guys try to find the consistency despite all of the moving pieces that have been on that line all season long?
I mean, it's a challenge. I'm I'll say this, that the guys that are playing now are guys that have played all season, right? They've gotten a lot of reps. There's really not other than Isaac who's working himself back in, but he's a veteran player. All these guys have played, each week. So it is a challenge to get that continuity and that consistency. But having played together gives them confidence to play as a unit. And go play. And quite frankly, we can't worry about that. I mean, obviously Seattle and our opponents the rest of the year aren't going to worry about that, and we still have to go play and execute.
Marcus and Ed Kratz.
Good morning, Doug. Do you believe that the absence of Zach Ertz and Alshon Jeffrey have contributed to Carson's struggles this year? I mean, I think before Zach went down, there had been one game where he had played without either of them. One of them had been in every game he'd played. How much do you think that's contributed to his struggles?
Yeah, Marcus, it could possibly contribute to that because those are guys that he's played with since he's been here. I think of Deshaun Jackson, even though Deshaun is new and really hasn't been out there that much. These are guys that have been around Carson, kind of know Carson. So now we're playing with a new group of guys. We again, we missed an off season, we missed training camp, to really hone in some of the timing, decision making. But look, I'm not going to sit here and make excuses, but it's possible. It's possible. He's worked with these guys, like I said, for 5 years. But now I'm excited about the guys that are out there. We are seeing improvement each week from these young players. They're playing fast. They're getting better with the information that we the game plans each week. So it's still a work in progress, but like where we're headed.
Thanks.
Ed and then Martin.
Hey, hi, Doug. As far as Jordan Howard goes, how has he looked this week? And I know Boston Scott has the abdomen that has limited him this week. Could you see a role for Howard on Monday night?
Yeah, Jordan's looked. He's looked good. He's kind of picked up, very familiar with the terminology. With what we're doing, getting him comfortable again with the offense. We'll see where Boston is. Boston's had a good week of practice. He feels good. Hasn't really had any issues or setbacks. But Jordan, as we go each week, could potentially have a role moving forward. But like where Boston is this week.
We'll wrap it up with Martin, Ed, and then Rob.
Hey, Doug. Is Matt Pryor playing right tackle? And if so, I mean, he's obviously moved around all over the offensive line. I mean, how has that affected him?
He is playing right tackle. And, again, I think guys like him, guys like Malata, I think of Nate Herbig, I think of the guys we've had to move in and out different positions. They've handled it well. One thing that it's hard to take a guy that's playing, say, guard all week, and then on Friday, Saturday, or even on game day, you got to go, you got to go play tackle. Well, he did it in the game last week. He went from guard to tackle. So, and now he's gotten all the tackle reps this week. So he's settled in. He's comfortable there. So I don't foresee any real issues, mentally or physically, from him. He's had a good week.
Ed and then Rob.
Hi, Doug. For Jalen Hurts, at this point in the year, how happy are you with how he's learned and practiced and where he's progressed? And does being on the field for some of the offense help his learning curve a little bit?
I like where he's at. I think for a young rookie quarterback, he's right where he needs to be, and he keeps improving each week, just with the terminology and I think the mental side of just learning the game, right? What was the second part of your question? I just drew a blank there.
How much is actually getting into the offense and being involved to maybe help that learning curve?
Yeah, no, playing obviously helps it. That's one of the things that as we went along this year, it's having the two quarterbacks on the field. It really has helped some of our production offensively, yards per carry, whatever it might be. It's definitely given him some game experience. It's only been like a play here, a play there, but just being out there can only help him, moving forward.
Rob?
Hey, Doug, you guys are 11-2 over the last 3 years in must-win games, gotta have it or your season's over kind of games. You're still not there yet because technically, win or lose Monday, you're still in a race in this division. But do you think that success that you've had over the last 3 years in those backs against the wall must-win games can carry over to this group? There's different guys, different set of adversities, and what do you see out of these guys that can lead you to believe that they can do that?
Yeah, Rob. Let me just start by saying you never want to be in this situation where you're always backs against the wall and you're having to kind of fight for a postseason spot or a division championship or whatever. But having gone through it, I think, and having gone through the amount of this is obviously the amount of injuries we've had this season is sort of mind-boggling, and then compared to last year and the year before. But it's something about this time of year when you start seeing sort of that light at the end of the tunnel, like you got an opportunity to win your division, to maybe potentially do that, and obviously have a postseason game, and that all kind of motivates teams, this time of the year. And we talk about putting ourselves in a position in the month of December, right? And kind of that fourth quarter of the season to hopefully play for a playoff game and be in the postseason. And guys, guys see that. And I think they, it's always been the next man up mentality here. And we're going to do it again, as far as the next man up. They got to step in and play and perform. And, we got some great challenging opponents coming up, and none greater than obviously Seattle. It's a good football team coming in here Monday night, and we've struggled against them here recently, and most recent the playoff game, and so we are reminded of that obviously, but guys seem to buckle down and tighten things up and go play and play a little more loose, probably a little more carefree, spirited, and see what happens.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.